Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday night. It is way later than I wanted to be. May the 7th, 2025. Sorry for the late delay. I had to fix the heritage break that I goofed. This is my wife is just stumbling in, looking like she just got a royal crap kicked out of her.
It would have been a better night if I did.
Apparently, she had to beat up some old ladies at bingo tonight. Heard she put some stone cold stunners on some people.
No, I really wanted to. I'm not going next week. I need a break. That hurt my brain.
Technically, you had a break the other night.
Well, I need a longer break.
I don't know if you want to come home with that mess.
I'd rather hear that than what I was just listening to.
All right. Yes, he is. So I had in my head that I didn't lock the Pirates, but I did. And then obviously Becky had picked them, and then I went, oh, crud. I can't remember who, that was just a total goof up on my part. I was like, ah. And unfortunately, sometimes if I inadvertently delete a team, I could fix it easily. This was not one of those cases. I could easily fix this one. So we had to rerun it. Appreciate everyone's patience and understanding on that one. I just want to make sure we do it right and that we honor what we say and not be fair to everybody, because that was one of the lock teams there. All right. What's up, Jaw? All right. Yeah. I was going to do spoken word trivia tonight, but I feel like it's late that we got to get these breaks running. So let's see how we do through. Maybe we'll do some break poker with the heritage boxes. All right, I already got the tags in for the football break. So Spencer is going to get the Pheonix box for his Commanders. Becky and TJ are going to get the hanger boxes for Optic, and Todd, John, Rich, and TJ will also get the value packs. So I'm going to run down. Basically, I'm going to go backwards up for who gets the Commanders here. So TJ will have will be the first, Rich, and I'll just work my way up from bottom up here. Let's just do this. No, I'll go top down. I'll change my mind. I'm just going to go. This is Todd. This is Jaw. This is John. This is Rich. And this is TJ. I'm just going to, let's not go changing the soup. Let's not be inconsistent from what I've done in the past. All right. So tonight's lineup. We've got Pheonix up first. I need to turn that TV down. All right, so we got Pheonix up first. And then we'll do the single heritage. And then finish with heritage and leaf. Heritage leaf does have 3 spots left. That's 3 losses. That will close at the end of the single heritage break. All right. And I will post that break in the comment section. We also do have Pop Century that's still out there. That has a lot of spots left. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 21 spots taken. So that's got 14 spots left in it. A much different product than usual. And then the Seasons in the Sun is basically just about full. We have one full spot left and one half spot left, depending on what Mark Padula wants to do. Mark's keeping his as a half. So, so we have 1.5 spots left. And that will run on Friday no matter what. So that will run on Friday. David decided to update his to a full spot. All right. So, without further ado, oh yeah, I said I was going to put that comment there. It's got to save it. And that break is Nick's over on his channel doing V-Friends. Apparently, it's extremely popular and extremely valuable. I just kind of said, I don't know the first thing about it, so there's not a whole lot I can do with it when I don't even understand the product. It's true. You can't hit if you don't compete. I agree. I just did a bunch of bids tonight on some National Treasures breaks because National Treasures baseball is my favorite product. Featured this little dandy that we got last year in the break. Surprisingly how thin they cut that bat knob. But that's probably one of my favorite cards I've ever pulled. All right. So that's the break for Leaf. Last Leaf box we did had nothing but 101s, which is wild. I got to say, if you need any convincing to watch the NBA playoffs, if you aren't excited or wowed by that Knicks Celtics game, I don't know what else is going to do it for you because that game was wild. That's 2 games in a row where the Knicks have been down by as much as 20 and came back to win. That was an insane game. All right, let's kick it off. Todd's going to have this value pack for the Commanders. Everyone else has their team. Let's get ourselves uptown, downtown, all around. Get something hot tonight. We need a big hit tonight. I know I could use a big hit tonight, as in big hit to pull for you all. All right, if it focuses. Focus. Joe Burrow does not want to focus tonight. There we go, Joe. All right, we've got Joe Burrow, Isaiah Pacheco, CeeDee Lamb, Kyle Pitts, DeAndre Swift, Debo, Pat Freiermuth, Dallas Goedert, CJ Mosley, Aaron Rodgers. We have a green laser rated rookie. That is a Tip Raymond for the Cardinals. And a Jamari Thrash. Did they win tonight too? I've been so entrenched with the Knicks playing. I don't know. Basketball has just been crazy to watch. That game in the first quarter was... Sorry, I saw something shiny, and I was hoping it was an uptown or a downtown. So no Commanders on that one for Todd. This is Joss kicking it off with Joe Burrow again. Pacheco, Lamb. Boy, I feel like I've seen this before. Pitts, Swift, Samuel. Correlation is terrible on this. Goddard, Mosley, Rodgers. We have a silver, not a rated rookie. That is a Josh Palmer silver. And a Jonathan Brooks for the Panthers. Oh, they had a 10-run inning. Sorry, I thought you said they had a mean 10th inning. So I would assume they definitely won then tonight. All right, this is going to be for John Stevener. So he's going to kick it off. Hey, we started something different. Zach Ertz for the Commanders. Hopkins. Godwin. Leonard Williams, Gino, Josh Downs, Chase Brown, Travis Kelce, also known as Travis Swift, Micah Parsons, Derrick Henry, green laser rated rookie, Kamani Vidal for the Chargers. And a Keenan Coleman for the Bills. All right, so that Ertz is going to go to Mr. Stevener. Okay, Rich Schaefer now has this one. I just can't get over what the Knicks just have done the last two games. I mean, it was almost like watching a replay of the other night. It was insane what they were doing. I keep seeing silvery things, but I'm like, it's not a. I think we have a downtown. We might actually have a downtown. And that's a rookie. Is that a downtown? Or am I just losing it? I don't know. Let's get to it. We'll see what happens. Christian McCaffrey, George Pickens, Devontae Smith, Breece Hall, Dexter Lawrence. I don't know. Buda Baker, Jamari Gibbs, Curtis Samuel, Tank Dell, DJ Moore. Let's go back here. Will Shipley. All right. Is that a downtown or am I just messing with myself here? It could be an insert and I just totally messed myself. Let's see. Because I thought downtowns and these were. I'm not even sure what this is. No. Bam. But it's JJ McCarthy. Passing grade. Well, that was the ultimate throw me off there because I was like, wait a second. Where the rookie emblem was in the silver, man, I can't remember. I thought downtowns on these were lasers. At least they were last year. I'm like, damn, I got my hopes up. I mean, it is a JJ McCarthy passing grade, but dang. Got all my hopes up for the Vikings. That will not be our best card tonight. All right. Now that I got my adrenaline up, not that I wasn't ready up for the Knicks game. TJ Wilson is going to have Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders, Ezekiel Elliott, Tyler Aguilar, Jamison Williams, Quentin Johnson. Holy offcut here, Batman. You know, if they cut it any closer to the edge, we would have been in the blue here. We would have had two cards. Like, you can literally see a second card is starting down here. Jeez, Michael Mayer, Zach Ertz, so that's one for TJ. DeAndre Hopkins, Chris Godwin, Brian Thomas Jr. Diamond Hands, and Ben Sinnott. So that one will go to TJ. Dang, that had me all sorts of. I might do break poker in Heritage because there's just so many cards and we gotta spice it up a little bit. So if you choose to hang around for the Heritage break, we will do break poker, and all you have to do is just be still in the live stream. And break poker will be brought to you by some break credit. All right, let me put this for TJ. If you've never played break poker before, it's quite fun. Basically, I have you guess things that are relative to the packs you're about to see, and you tell them, and if you get it right, you get cards. If you get the right best 5-card hand, you win some break credit. So it's TJ. So it's interesting. In the NBA playoffs so far, no home team has won. All the visiting teams have been the winners so far. Now, that might change tonight with the Thunder, but wild right now. All right. So now we're going to go to the hangers. So this one will be Becky. Let's kick her off here. There's the pack. But Becky has the Commanders. Everyone else has their teams. Good luck. Come on, focus. 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 There we go. Harrison Smith, Sam Darnold, Devon Achane, Tyler Higbee, Joey Bosa, Isaiah Spiller, Jacoby Myers. And we're going to get some upside down ones. We're going to get a lot of upside down ones. All right, I'll just flip it all over them. I do that way. Grady Jarrett, Jordan Love, Evan Ingram, Dak Prescott, Bijan Robinson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Dawson Knox, Jeff Okudah. And we're going to go back the other way. Jaden Hicks for the Chiefs on the silver rated rookie. Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, best tutties. I think everybody has just ripped this card saying, please don't ever make this one again. I think this doesn't light it up. Oh, well, how about that? How about a light it up? Jaden Daniels going to TJ, or sorry, going to Becky. Sorry. Becky was first on this one. This is Becky's. Very nice. Marshawn Lloyd and Javon Bullard. My head is all sorts of goofed. Unfortunately, I didn't get some great doctor news yesterday. Actually, the doctor didn't even tell me. I just saw it myself. One of the tricks of having leukemia is being on a chemotherapy drug and having to balance the rest of your organs with it. Light it up. Jaden Daniels going out to Becky. Very nice, Becky. All right, box 2. This one's going for TJ. Unfortunately, a bunch of the medications I take all get it metabolized through my liver. So my liver was deciding not to play nice anymore. Just for awareness, so I hope everything's on the up and up. When I got this box, which all came from Walmart, this one did not have a sticker on it like it does on this side. So it does look like it's complete. So here's to hoping. Well, everyone's quiet tonight. Y'all still always so quiet in the beginning, and then we catch fire later. I think you just all like Lisa better. Y'all talk to her more. She's currently trying to pin Ethan down to go to sleep right now. Devon Achane, Tyler Higbee, Joey Bosa, Isaiah Spiller, Jacoby Myers, Terry McLaurin going to TJ, Tajay Spears, Mike Evans, Patrick Surtain, James Cook, Joe Mixon, Gardner Minshew, Javonte Williams, Mark Andrews, Luke Musgrove, Silver, Devin Culp, play action, Michael Penix Jr., very nice. Brock Bowers on the rookie recruits, not bad. Terrion Arnold on the blue or purple scope, and a Brennan Rice. One Jaden Daniels, at least, is better than no Jaden Daniels. I do have a full case of National Treasures baseball coming. They jacked the price up on National Treasures this year just to an absurd value. I'm lucky I got what I did at what price I got it at. I'm going to tell you all it'll be way below market. But we probably are going to be a one and done on National Treasures this year. Unless something else comes around. I thought I had a line on some other ones, but the price they gave me was just too crazy for what it is. I mean, unfortunately, with National Treasures baseball, if you're not hitting a legend or a bat knob, it's got to be a prospect or a legend. No, the active players, with the exception of Aaron Judge and Bobby Witt Jr., are in that product. So basically, you had to be not part of the MLBPA in order to get in on it. All right, so Steven Sharp has the commander for all of these packs. The big thing to note on these, so here's the back of the box. They did this. They did a Pheonix color blast. So it's in the shape of a Pheonix, but it is a color blast. So that's kind of interesting. And that's become kind of the chase for these products. But Obviously, you can see lots of different things we can hit, lots of color. That's the one thing Pheonix has always been good for, because Pheonix has always been good for color. Let's see if we can figure out. So we're going to get 2 autos, 1 relic. I'm going to put this one on the bottom. I'll put these on the bottom. Let's go like that. All right. I always like putting the thick packs on the bottom. So I'm very excited for Seasons in the Sun, too. I think, man, could you imagine if we hit a Babe Ruth autograph? Whew. I can't even begin to fathom what that would be like. I will not pull a backyard brakes and go, no, we can't let this go. Bijan Robinson. These are very super clean cards. Jahmyr Gibbs. Will Levis. Treasured tandems for the Bengals. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Rook Ahora. Oh, I'm down to 5. Man, Wednesday night I started way too late. Way too late to start this. I feel bad I started late, but too much stuff going on tonight. All right. Here we go. We've got Justin Simmons. DJ Moore. Najee Harris. A wave of Christian Kirk that is not numbered. And a Javon Baker. These are really nice looking cards. Like really, really nice looking cards. Pheonix has always been one of those underappreciated sets that just doesn't ever seem to get the love in the hobby that some of like your big staple ones are. We might have a hit right here. Nope, it's fake out. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Harrison Butker, Travis Etienne Jr., things that help me ship cards. Troy Franklin. And a Maurice Lifu for the Cowboys. That is 227 of 399 for the Cowboys. We'll be doing our the Topps run again tomorrow with Cosmic. I think that's my last box of Inception, or at least that I have here. I have more at the card shop, but that I have in my house. And then it is the last box of Topps Chrome I have, with the exception of one up at the shop. But so getting down to the end of some of the Topps products. We will also have Resurgence Football next week, and we will have Bowman for Friday. My Bowman case did show up today. Chris Olave, Matthew Stafford, and there's our first autograph, Talanoa Hufanga. Hufanga, that autograph to 199 for the 49ers. Hufanga is that? No idea. Plays on the defense. That's all I know. All right. So there's auto 1. And then we got a James Cook on the Refractor Pheonix, which I believe is to 399. It is. And a Adonai Mitchell for the Colts. If you all like Pheonix, if the one at the shop hasn't sold, I can run this back. So we can do another Pheonix if we wanted to, assuming the one at the shop is not sold yet. We can bring it home. Kind of like we did with Prism Deca. Next up. I do try to be on time. I do promise you all that. I'm definitely not trying to drag my feet. Joe Mixon, DeAndre Hopkins, Raheem Mostert, Dallas Turner, rookie rising. That is number 299 with a Kamari Lassiter in the back. For the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings have been struggling on hits lately, so it's kind of good that they're getting at least a little bit tonight. We did hit that J.J. McCarthy, though, a while back. We've been struggling getting Ethan to sleep too, so something's in him now that's just making him bounce off the walls. He was doing so well for a while that he was going to sleep at night. And now there was a point last year that we were like this, and we were just like, oh my God, child. Evan Ingram, Bobby Okorik, Tua Tagovailoa, Chris Olave, that's another one to 399, 257 to 398, and Jamari Thrash on the refractor. Not numbered. Work's been busy. Kids keep me busy. It's getting warmer out, so the house keeps me busy. It's a busy time of year. And school's about to get out here in about a month. Curious to hear how bad my wife's bingo stories were tonight. All right, here we go. Next up, Anthony Richardson, Isaiah Pacheco, Zay Flowers, rookie rising, Javonte Sanders, and a Bucky Irving for the Bucks. Let's see. Curious. I wonder if all my auctions are done now. See if I can do a quiz track question here for all right. Boy, I don't even want to see what the total is. Ooh, it's spicy. Do I have any open bids still, or did I finish? I still have two. I still got a couple out there. Where do these all end? Yeah, still into a little bit. All right, let's see. What do I do? Christian Kirk, Joey Bosa, Tyreek Hill, DJ Moore. It's a nice looking card. 2 of 299. For the Bears. All right, let's give away $5 break credit right now. Let's see if you all can figure this out. Let's make it 10. Let's make a $10 break credit. All right. So as I said, National Treasures just came out today, and National Treasures by far is one of my favorite products. And one of the things I look for is I try to look for like case hit cards. Those are the ones I really want to collect. So I want to see if anybody can guess 3 of the players that I bid on today. We'll say win or loss. 3 of the players bid on today. And if you get it wrong, and if you didn't get them all right, I'll tell you how many are right. I haven't actually paid for many of them yet, but let's see. Active, did it win? Yeah, I can look for that. So name 3 players that I bid on today for National Treasures baseball. If you get all 3, you'll get yourself $10 break credit. All right. We're getting this chat rolling here. Debo Samuel, Kirk Cousins, Rome Dobbs, refractor, fake out card, wave of Keenan Coleman, and a Joe Milton wrong Patriot in the back. It's probably a $2.99 one. It is $2.99. Joe Milton III. Although I guess his value's gone up significantly since he got traded to the Cowboys, I guess. Rumors he's going to take over for Dak. Let's put that on there. So 3 players in National Treasures that you think I bid on today. If you get it right, you'll get yourself a free $10 break credit. You do not need to be in this break in order to win. I see 8 people on, so unless everyone's got me on mute. All right. Next up. Another fake out card. Jalen Hurts, Christian Watson, Rasul Douglas, Contours. These Contours cards are nice. The Saquon Barkley Contours card. Really nice looking cards. And we've got a blue George Kittle and a blue Will Richard. And both of those are to 249. Man, no one's even taking the trivia question tonight. Dang. I'm going to have to get up and start singing and dancing here. 1 out of 3. You got right. David's going to take all the break credit tonight. And I'm going to tell you all, I build well more than 3 players. I'm also a value guy. I like to get the best value for when I do eBay auctions. Let's see the Contours card. The Contours almost look like they should be case hit cards, how nice they look. All right, so 2 packs left. 1 should be our relic, 1 should be our auto. I'm guessing this one's going to be our auto. Or I could be wrong. Oh, I am wrong. Well, it could be an auto. Oh, I see you on the YouTube side. The thing is, it gives me a summation of everybody watching from both sides. And it only says 8 people on, but David, you're the only one chatting with me right now. Jonathan Brooks from the back. DK Metcalf. Puka Nakua. Let's see. Oh, I might have just ruined that. There it is. Troy Franklin on the patch auto from Pheonix. Rising Rookies. That is 60 of 99. That's going to need a thick one. We need to get a monster hit so we at least can put another TikTok together. Right, you got 1 out of 3, but you got to get all 3 right in order to get the break credit. You can keep guessing; it's not a one guesser thing. There's Troy Franklin. All right, last pack in football. I feel like the Thunder are not going to let them be another team that gets beat again at home because they're really laying it on. Oh, Dwight's back.
That's so loud.
What is?
Door.
Ed Oliver.
Some WD-40.
Sam Laporta. We're going to go back to front. Amari Cooper. That one I believe is numbered.
Oh, for me?
To 199. And a Dylan Lobb. No. You bought it for me.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, so for me.
To open some other time.
Did you then open his Pokemon?
No, I waited for you to get home. I wanted you to do it together.
Obviously, I didn't win tonight.
Yeah, I was going to guess. Do you want to tell us the story of why it was so bad? All right. And because I'm about to finish, this is the last card for football. And the relic is going to be for horizontal. TBN. Cardinals, Trey Benson to 225.
My arm.
What'd you do? Beat up some old lady with her purple makeup? God.
It's the bingo marker.
It's like her face is like glued to your arm.
We usually sit at the round tables by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But the only spot that was left at a round table, they're like we would have been facing the wrong way to see the numbers.
Oh.
So we sat at one of the long tables with other people.
You don't need to see the numbers, you just need to hear them.
And that was a terrible idea. Because it was like a family or something of 10 people.
Yeah.
And they did not stop talking the entire time. And my ADHD was just out of control.
So all you're doing is hearing their conversation.
And the lady next to me kept going, 4 numbers, 3 numbers, 2 numbers.
Oh, she's giving you the countdown.
Every time. I'm like, shut up.
I do that to you too. But I think you have to deal with me.
But she was loud.
Sorry. All right.
Like, I don't know how they would win because they didn't shut up. Like, I can't mark my numbers correctly when people just keep talking.
So that's a lesson learned for everybody. If you go play bingo with Lisa, don't talk to her.
Rules of bingo. Shut your mouth and mark your cards quietly.
Yeah. And only yell bingo.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a recap for our football tonight. Nothing monstrous, unfortunately, came out tonight. Saquon Barkley on the contours, only one of those. Bucky Irving on the base rookie. Joe Burrows and Jamar Chase, treasured tandems. Diamond Hands, Brian Thomas Jr. We had a Will Richard. That's numbered to 249. I only did the ones that I was trying to get Ethan's bed ready. I wanted to make sure they got dried. Joe Milton, the third, to 299. Amari Cooper to 199. George Kittle to 249. Maurice Loof, whatever, 399. Chris Olave to 399. Passing grade of JJ McCarthy from Optic. Everything otherwise pretty much came from Pheonix tonight. One auto, that guy for the 49ers. James Cook to 399. Rookie Rising for the Vikings to 99, 88 and 99. DJ Moore, number to 299. Troy Franklin, number to 99. The patch auto. Michael Penix, play action. And the only Jaden Daniels tonight, a lighted up. And that one's going to Becky. And that is your football break for tonight. All right, so I'm going to pull out the single box of Heritage. I'm just going to quickly check on the Leaf Heritage break. If you would like to play Break Poker, just put a comment in the comment section saying I'm in. If you put I'm in, you're in to play. Again, you do not have to be in the break in order to play. We will win $10 break credit if you win Break Poker. And I'm going to reset everything up. Becky says I'm in. Is anybody else going? All I need is 2 people to play Break Poker. So I got 1 person in. Becky says she's in. Anybody else want to play? Right back. Yay, allergies. I love them so much. I just want more and more allergies. All right, Nathan says he's in. Becky says she's in. I at least got 2 players, so we got enough to play. Let me find my deck of cards that I put somewhere. Doo-doo-doo. And then I will explain how break poker works. Find my cards. There they are. Ah. All right. Anybody else want to play break poker? It's very easy to play. And you could potentially win $10 break credit. Right now, Becky and Nathan have a 50-50 shot. Doesn't matter which site you're on, if you're on YouTube or Facebook. All right. Put those cards right there. And I am going to... And I'm going to do this again in the Heritage Leaf break that we're going to do after this one, too. So we'll do it in both. All right. Let me do some tagging. Yeah, Nathan, sorry about that. I really wish I could have fixed that a better way, but unfortunately there was no good way of fixing that break for that random. Who do I need? I need Lori and who else? Lori and Chris. Just quickly updating this. I need people to pick some teams in the Heritage Leaf break. Becky, do you like how I put the Bronco or the Patriots at the bottom there? Even though I know they didn't hit big tonight. But still kind of fun. I figured let's mix it up a bit instead of putting everything at the top. All right. I generally speaking know who Lori would pick for a team. I don't know who Chris would pick for a team. All right. Oh yeah, and then I gotta do the tags here. All right, I'm going to readjust this screen here so we can see. Yeah, I hate rerunning randoms unless it's like there's just no other choice, and that was one of those cases. All right, there, this. Apparently they put cut autos into this product. Not guaranteed, but all right, and there's the tags for the singled Heritage box break. All right, so I'm going to explain real quickly how break poker works. Yeah. Well, if you want to play, David, just got to say you're in, and you kind of do this one a little bit in advance, too. All right, so right now I'm showing Becky and Nathan, so 50-50 shot for one of you all to win break credit. All right, the way break poker works, and I'll give anybody else who wants to get in up to when I show the first card out of Heritage. The way break poker works is, so I'm going to just open this so you can see what I mean. I can take the knife out. All right. So, Heritage is broken up into basically 4 sections here. So, yeah, pretty much 4 sections here. I'm going to rip one section. So, I'm going to pull these out. No box toppers this year, by the way. If they have an old school card in there, it's actually buried in the packs. All right, so this is broken into 4 sections. What you all are going to do, you can do one of 2 things. You're going to give me a team. When you give me a team, if in that quarter of the box, your team is seen, if I pull a card for that team, you get a playing card. They all get put face down. There are jokers in here, so you can get wilds, as seen. And then you're going to give me a new team, or you can pick the same team throughout for each quarter of the box. So it's kind of considered round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4. But all of those cards feed your pile of playing cards, and the best 5-card poker hand at the end of the break wins. So to kick it off, Nathan and Becky, I need you to give me, so you can do one of 2 things. You can give me one team, and then when I finish this, you can give me your next team, and then your next team and next team, or you can give me 4 teams right off the bat, or you can say, I want the Yankees for the whole box. You can pick the same team. You don't have to pick different teams each time. So Nathan and Becky each pick a baseball team. I'll put that like that. While I rip this first quarter of box. Becky says Royals. I just need Nathan to pick. Becky's going Royals whole box. Okay. Hold on. Nathan, what say you? Wow. All right. Royals versus Red Sox. Okay. Well, I guess that makes it easy. All right. Head to head. Royals versus Red Sox. Game on. One of you is walking out of here with $10 break credit tonight. And I'll do the same thing in the next break. We only have 3 viewers on, so hey, let's reward some folks while we're here. They're hanging out with me. I was going to do spoken song trivia tonight, but I got late and I didn't want to hold up people too long. So, and there wasn't a lot of conversation in the football break. All right. Here's the first quarter of the box. So round 1, but we're going Royals and Red Sox throughout. Here we go. Come on, Nolan. This is 2025. There's my wife. Nolan Jones, Darren Barker for the Nationals. All right. There's one Red Sox card. So, Nathan, your pile is going to be on the right. Well, we're going to do it like this. We'll do it up top here. Nathan, your pile of cards is going to be up on the right here. Becky, your cards are going to be on the left. Have you seen any? Did you see any of the teams? Well, I'll just disregard any of these teams. Yeah, you can pick. I'm going to disregard, though, if the team you pick was any of the cards that I already showed. Don't count. So go ahead and pick a team. If you want, you can pick a team throughout the entire box. Lisa's had a rough night. Her bingo did not go very well, as we noted before. So Lisa's cards then will get placed here. So Lisa, you need to just pick a team. So I'll ask you each too if you want to change your team. No, just pick any team. They just don't count. If the team you picked happened to be one of those, they don't count. You don't get any cards for them. Dang. Thunder are up by 33 on the Nuggets. Good Lord. Wait for Lisa to pick her team. Just pick any baseball team. You can. You can pick any team. Doesn't matter if it's a duplicate or not.
It takes way too long. I can't pick the same team someone else has already picked, though. That would be
stupid. You can. You would get the same amount of cards.
So any baseball team?
Any baseball team.
Fine, Yankees.
Do you want it throughout the box?
Sure.
Okay. Lisa's taking Yankees throughout the box. All right. Anyways, back to the action. Red Sox. Sosa for the Phillies. Michael Parker, Nationals. Orlando Arcia for the Braves. That's actually a Chrome card. It kind of throws you off because they have Chrome cards in here, where normally these are always all paper cards. Ryan McMahon for the Rockies. Mason Montgomery for the Rays. Wyatt Langford for the Rangers. Mitch Spence for the A's. Shea Whitcomb for the Astros. Mike Burrows for the Pirates. Raisel Iglesias for the Braves. Colt Keith for the Tigers. That is a blue Chris Bassett for the Blue Jays. That is just a parallel. A blue parallel. For those on Facebook, Lisa was asking the questions on the YouTube side, so that's why if you were wondering who I was talking to. All right, Chris Bassett for the Blue Jays. Right now, Nathan's the only one that's got a card right now. All right. Carlos Santana, Drew Romo for the Rockies rookie, JD Martinez, Lance Lynn, Cade Povich for the O's, Booker T. Washington. I will just randomly give that to somebody. Civil rights leader. Nico Cavadis, that is one of the blue speckle parallels. They're not numbered, but is a blue speckle parallel that Heritage did this year. Will Benson for the Reds. Junior Caminero for the Rays. Merrill Kelly for the Diamondbacks. Debbie Matthews Twins. Garrett Crockett, another one for the Red Sox. Nathan takes 2 right now. Sandy Alcantara for the Marlins. Luis Castillo for the Mariners. Randy Johnson for the Diamondbacks. AJ Puck for the Diamondbacks. Anthony Rendon for the Angels. Carlos Correa for the Twins. Chanel. Stevenson. Contreras. Burns. Arund for the Angels. That is a Chrome card. Patrick Bailey for the Giants on the blue. Mitch Haniger for the Mariners. Mickey Boniak, Angels. Marte. Wynn. Robert for the White Sox. Hoskins for the Brewers. And a Pete Crow Armstrong for the Cubs. It's like a hollow one. Heritage Baseball, Pete Crow Armstrong, 25th anniversary. Interesting. Crow Armstrong's on a tear. Services are meant to be strong. They're supposed to fall. All right. Taj Bradley for the Rays and Xavier Edwards for the Marlins. And that is your first quarter of the box. Now, while I get the second quarter out, I will give you the rights. You all have already said you want it for the whole box. If you've changed your mind and you want a different team, I give you until I show the next card of the second stack. If you decided you want to change your mind and change your team up. Right now, Nathan's the only one that's got cards right now with the Red Sox. I'm going to start unwrapping number 2. Nathan, you had the heck of that hit with that Neighbors card, and I can't remember if it was Finest or it was one of the breaks where you hit that Neighbors auto card. And that was a nice Neighbors auto, too. And you're just getting stacks getting close to 10 as well. Lisa has changed her team up. She's going with the Orioles now. That's the one thing that I kind of say when if you want to change your team up, because sometimes you see a stack and you're like, oh, that team didn't pop at all. Maybe I should change it up. This box does include one auto or one mem, so hopefully we get an auto inside. Last year, Heritage absolutely hosed me. All right. Give it a couple more seconds if anybody wants to change their team. Lisa's already changed her team from Yankees to Orioles for this stack. Give it a couple seconds. I'll take a sip of a drink. And we're going. Kicking off right out of the gate. Danny Jansen for the Red Sox. So Nathan gets another card. Dylan Cease. Let me see where you are on your stack. I thought you're pretty close. Tani, Azuna, Schwarber, home run leaders. Nico Horner, Freddie Freeman, Nick Martinez on the hollow red. Shea Langoliers, Tovar, Hader, Grandel for the Pirates, Lugo for the Royals. That's one for Becky. She's got her first card on the board there. Luis Araz, Padres, Araz, Azuna, and Otani on the batting leaders. Lindor, that is a different looking. Is that a short print? I think this is a short print, or it's a different version of it. I forgot to run down the teams for this break. Let me run them down real quickly. Becky's got the Royals, Mariners, Marlins, Braves, Phillies, and Twins. Mr. Trokey's got the Yankees, Giants, Astros. Luder's got the Dodgers, Rangers, Pirates. Mike's got the Reds, Tigers, Orioles, Cubs, White Sox, Rays. Nathan's got the Red Sox, A's, and Brewers. Todd's got the Padres, Rockies, Blue Jays. Sean's got the Angels, Nats, and Diamondbacks. And Becky has the Cardinals, Guardians, and Mets to round it out. All right. And then for the Yankees, Aaron Judge, blue. That is a not numbered. Lawrence Butler. So, Nathan, are you going to go hunting for Jackson Dart next year now, too? There we go. Butler for the A's. Cedric Mullins for the O's. Lisa's on the board. Her stack is going to be over here in front of Triple H. There's Cedric Mullins, Jose Calabero, Jose Ramirez, and Jazz Chisholm for the Yankees. Weiler Abreu, another one for Nathan. Michael Massey for the Royals. Becky takes another one on the board there. And 52 of 76 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. That is an O'Neal Cruz Chrome. Nice. All right. Keeping it going now. We've got Jackson Jobe for the Tigers. Hunter Green on the blue speckle for the Reds. Edwin Usite. Zach Wheeler. Luis Garcia Jr., River Ryan, Grant McCray, Vaughn Grissom, another one for Nate. Nate's crushing it here with the Red Sox right now. It only takes 5 cards. Tristan Cassis, again, Nate takes another one. Good lordy. Joey Bart, Jeff McNeil, Jorge Soler for the Angels, Riley Green, Dodgers and Nationals, Dusty Baker, Darren Baker. Another one for the Red Sox, Braylon Bello. Nate's on a roll here. Mitch Keller. So you could be one of the ship, one of the crew. Jose Miranda for the Twins. Blue. That is a Tigers, Blue Jays, and Royals. So that's a Royals card. So Becky gets one. Let's leave that. Andre Jimenez for the Blue Jays. Anthony Rizzo for the Yankees. Martinez for the Blue Jays. Another one for the Royals. Salvador Perez. Tatis for the Padres. Colton Cowser for the Orioles. One for Lisa. Frambler Valdez for the Astros. Jordan Walker for the Cardinals on the blue speckle, and a Gino Suarez. All right, that is stack 2. If you want to go ahead and change your team, you are at this time welcome to do so. Once I start the next stack, the teams will be locked in. So right now, Lisa has the Orioles, Becky still has the Royals, and Nathan has the Red Sox still. Sometimes I found with this game, sometimes if you like scout the stacks, you get a better idea which teams are coming up and which teams not. But it doesn't necessarily always mean it holds true for every stack. But man, I was doing so well on my FanDuel betting, but tonight the Knicks, great win. I'm glad they won, but unfortunately it was an extremely low-scoring game, which is not typically good for betting. A hell of a win by the Knicks. All right. Not seeing any changes to anybody's team, so we're going to stick as the same. So Lisa O's, Becky Royals, and Nathan Red Sox. Trying to work on a new diet now to help try and improve my health. So hopefully I can figure out a way to make it happen. I'm going to be eating a lot of salads lately. Lake Basher for the Marlins. Pablo Lopez, Twins. Morel. Lopez for the Marlins again. Roki Sasaki. I believe this is actually one of the big Dodger chases. Another big Japanese pitcher coming over. Still haven't hit our auto or our relic yet. Got Seth Brown, Logan Webb, Dylan Cruz, rookie for the Nats. Very nice. Sale Cease Wheeler, Hodge, Wagman, Guardians, Yogi Berra, all-time All-Stars. A personal family favorite. Jake Eater, White Sox. Joey Ortiz, blue for the Brew Crew. Brandon Marsh, Max Muncy. Heliot Ramos, Ke'Bryan Hayes, Jonathan Kloss. Matos, Frank Lloyd Wright Sr., the architect. Yandy Diaz on the blue speckle chrome. Urshela, Judge, Santander, and Soto. That is at least one Oriole card, so Lisa gets a card. Swanson, Adley Rutschman. Lisa gets another one with the O's. Small little comeback here. Brian King, Jameson Talon, Michael Kopech, Gomber, Tigers, Montero, Michael King for the Padres, Luke Weaver for the Yankees, Rodriguez, Matt Chapman, Scuball, Blanco, and Valdez earned run average leaders. Dalton Varsho on the chrome blue. Rhett Lauder for the Reds, blue. Bloss, Duran, another one for the Red Sox. Cole Raggins for the Royals. Matt Olson for the Braves. I can call them blue speckled frogs if you want. Ty Madden. And there is our relic kit. Clubhouse Collection. Probably one of the most disappointing relics. Other than the manufactured ones. Not numbered. Byron Buxton. Blue Speckle Byron Buxton and Will Warren. That is the end of 3. So as the score stands right now, I can tell you that Becky has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She does have a 5-card hand. Nathan has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards to make his 5-card hand. And Lisa has 1, 2, 3, 4. So Nathan's the lead with quantity of cards, but quantity is not necessarily always going to be the winner. I've seen the low-numbered cards take them back and take it. So we should do this like Texas Hold'em, where like you take your team and then you can like bet your players' cards against somebody else. And then whoever wins the poker hand gets to take the cards home. We did do a pack battle once. That was actually pretty fun. It actually worked out pretty good. A lot of people walked out of there with cards. So, and then Bobby, who was the winner of it, ended up taking a massive card home, a huge Pete Crow Armstrong card. It was a logo fractor, numbered to 50, autoed. So Leaf Heritage, the next break up, is still got 3 spots left. Lisa's switching to the Pirates for the last round. Anybody else wants to change, they can do so right now. All right, here we go. Well, so far, it's a good start for Lisa on that one. She got Spencer Horwitz right out of the gate for the Pirates, so Lisa gets a card there. Kerry Carpenter for the Tigers. Tyler Phillips. Geraldo Perdomo. Josh Naylor. Spencer Strider. Silver. Chrome. Miller for the A's. Will Smith. Hunter Goodman. Juan Soto. Robles. Lopez. Peterson, Nathan Evaldi, Mason Wynn on the blue, Kevin Alcantara, Schwallenbach, Burke, Berger, Jin, Amador, McCarthy, Andrew Walters on the blue speckle, Jackson Holiday, Matt Holiday, father and son big leaguers, dual card, which is kind of nice. Luis Gill, Will Wagner again. So we have a gold card coming out, maybe? Alec Burleson, Trey Turner, Shohei Ohtani for the Dodgers, and Garrett Cole. That is not gold. 24 of 50 for the Yankees. Going Mr. Trokey. Very nice. Unfortunately, he's out for the year, but very nice. It's 2 numbered cards we got out of Heritage. I think that's a record. All right, and Corey Seager, Sean Reynolds, Ozzy Albies, Jace Jung, Blake Dunn, Trevor McGill, Altuve, Brian Reynolds for the Pirates. At least he gets another one there. Mookie Betts, blue for the Dodgers. Verlander, Polanco, Braves, Hank Aaron. I think so. Semien for the Rangers, Stan Musial for the Cardinals, Gunnar Henderson for the O's, Lindor for the Mets, Logan Hope for the Angels, and Santander for the O's rounds it out. All right. Let me sleeve this up. And then, so Lisa picked up 2 in there. So we're going to start with Becky's cards. We'll do lowest quantity first and then kind of run up from there. And then I will do the recap, and then we'll get into break number 3. All right. So let's kick it off with Becky. She had 5 cards from this one. So she's got, to kick it off, she's got a 6. And next card is a king. A 3. A jack. And a 6. So Becky has a pair of 6s right now holding down the fort. That is the mark to beat. So here are Lisa's cards. She has a queen, a jack, both of hearts, a 10, a 9. Oh boy, she might have got a straight out of this. A 7. Uh-oh. A pair of 10s for Lisa. All right. A pair of 10s has the board right now. So we're going to go with a 4. This is Nathan's cards. A 4, an 8. A 4. Nathan has a pair of 4s. 2 pair. A king. And well, he already has 2 pair. Actually, he has a full house. Nathan takes the $10 break credit with a full house. Very nice, Nathan. You get yourself $10 break credit. For playing along with me in this game, Becky and Lisa, you will both also receive $5 break credit for just playing the game. So congratulations to you, and congratulations to all 3 of you for winning some break credit out of that one. So everybody's a winner tonight. At least out of this break. Everybody's a winner. That's because you just played. And I appreciate you all just playing. So I'm going to write that down. Nathan gets 10. Becky gets 5. And Lisa gets 5. And I will update your all's break credits on the tracker tonight. All right. So I got Chris Levin's pick. Oh, darn it. Accidentally hit the lock button. Oopsies. All right, let's do the recap here for Heritage, box, and then we're going to get to Heritage plus Leaf. So if you would like to play Break Poker again for another $10 break credit, we're going to run it out again. So if you would like to play again, just say, I'm in again. Mason Wynn on the blue, Andrew Walters on the blue speckle, Mookie Betts on the blue, Joey Ortiz on the blue, Dylan Cruz on the rookie, Patrick Bailey on the blue, Spencer Strider on the chrome refractor, Yandy Diaz blue, Dalton Varsho. Why did I sleeve him? I don't even know why. Oh, he's a chrome. Rhett Lover blue, Byron Buxton on the blue speckle, Sasaki, which I think is the big Dodgers chase, Nick Martinez on the refractor, Judge on the blue, blue for AL victory leaders. Jordan Walker for the Cardinals, Lindor on the, I believe it's a short print or it's a variation for the Mets. Arcia on the chrome and Arund on the chrome. Chris Bassett blue. Once I realized the blues were a little more common, I stopped. Byron Buxton, non-numbered game used memorabilia for the Twins. Pete Crow Armstrong on the paper, the Heritage 25th anniversary card. And then our 2 numbered cards, O'Neill Cruz to 52 of 76 and 24 of 50, Garrett Cole. That is the Heritage break. So I'm going to bring up the Heritage Leaf break. I need to run the random. Lori picked a team. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to close it. All right, so Chris took Twins. And then I just need to put Lori in here. She's typically a Cardinals. I can pretty much research this really quickly and see her typical teams picked. Lori did Reds and A's in that one. Just looking to see historically what teams Lori has picked. Another way to do this. Let me do it my other way. So I got to pick 3 teams out of this as well. So I'm going to end up taking spots 7, 8, and 9. Just check something real quick. I believe she is normally a Cardinal person. So we're going to go with Cardinals for Lori. Oh, actually, she just replied back to me. All right. Oh, okay. Well, right now you're the only one talking to me, so it says I got 5 people watching, so maybe everyone's driving. Driving in my car. Didn't go very far. Huh. Interesting. We hit the cover card. That's cool. Dodgers and Reds, yeah, those are taken already. I'm just going to look up one other thing before I finish this off. Heritage. Braves, Phillies. I think I'm going with Guardians on one. I do Guardians, A's, and Royals. Oh, no, Royals already taken. Just checking my teams here, which one I want to go with. I might go with Orioles. Seeing what Lori picks first before I pick my final team. Actually, I'm giving her precedence to pick any team, frankly. All right, Lori asked me a question, so I'm trying to see. Lori's checking for her which team she wants to go with, so I'm giving her a second since we're not crunched on time at the moment. Yeah, no, I figured it's kind of. Although I've been much later than this before. All right, Lori has picked the A's. All right, so Lori's got the A's. Mini. All right, so that means I got to pick two teams. So I'm going to go Braves. This is in Leaf. If you ever wonder what site I use to check products out or look at checklists, I use Break Ninja. Leaf Vivid is not on here, really. Surprised Leaf Vivid does not have. I'll get to this break in a second. I'm still here. No, you're still good. I'm still here. See? I'm just deciding on which team I want. Because I got to pick three teams here. Not Leaf Vivid football. Leaf Vivid baseball. I was trying to think who I'm missing for an autos in this. Let's see, sold. Sold. Huh. I didn't know this. There's a colorful duos card potentially on this of Paul Skeens and Livy Dunn. Livy Dunn? Yeah. Livy Dunn. Interesting. Bazana, Ethan Holiday, and Skeens. Barry Larkin has cards in here. It's interesting. George Brett, Bo Jackson, Bobby Witt. That's a nice looking card. Campbell T. Montgomery. Who is that? Team is that? Huh. Would not have guessed that. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do for the two teams here. Roman Anthony. Interesting. Who does Christian Campbell play for? A lot of Leaf Vivid is just tied into, it looks like, basically around Skeens or Sasaki. I don't know who Cooper Pratt plays for. Cooper Pratt, Maeda, and Benito. It's a shame. I wish I knew the teams they were on. Oh, is Jackson Cherry on this? No, it's Pristine. Okay, I think I've decided. Ontario is in this. All right, so let's go Brewers. Guardians, Brewers, and I'm going to go Braves. All right, and it's been decided. So that was off a mini. All right. All right, here we go. I'm going to run this mini. Sorry for the delay. And we're going here. I'm going to get my mini teams here up. And I'm going to run this random. It says Heritage and Leaf. Random. And we're going to do that. I'm going to take out the Yankees, Twins, Brewers, Dodgers, Royals, Guardians, Braves, A's. What am I missing? Reds and Cubs. All right, there it is. 3 6-sided dice. Good luck, everyone. 616, 13 times. Padres on top. White Sox on the bottom. All right, I'm going to move the screen so everyone can see the new teams. Too far. And there they are. All right, I'm going to do the tags for this one. Heritage and Leaf now running. So this is Lori, Chris, Mr. Trokey, Luder, Paul Seymour, Mike Kilmer, Chris Thomas. I think that's everybody. Check. Mike, Glory, Luder, Paul, Chris. Yep. Okay, that's everybody. All right, we're back. Oh, I lost my share screen here. Strange. I didn't close that. At least I wasn't trying to. All right. All right, so here are the teams as they came out of the random. All right. So Chris Levens has the Twins, the Padres, the Phillies. Paul's got the Dodgers, Marlins, Tigers. And Strokey's got the Yankees, Rockies, Angels. Luder's got the Royals, Rangers, Red Sox. Lori's got the A's, Nats, and Astros. Mike's got the Reds, Pirates, and Braves. I've got the Guardians, Brewers, Braves, Giants, Orioles, Cardinals, Mets, Blue Jays, and Mariners. And Chris Thomas has the Cubs, Diamondbacks, and White Sox. Those are the teams. I didn't get any entries into the poker, so I hardly knew it. Okay, I'm bringing the knife out. Do Heritage first, and then we will do Leaf, and that will close it up for tonight. So Pop Century is still out there. Leaf Seasons in the Sun will be up. will break on Friday no matter what. We have 1.5 spots left in that one. I'll probably post another mini to see if I can close out the other half a spot. And $10. It's because I want to at least leave one full spot up if somebody wants to take it in the late hours. Since Mike didn't want to do the other half. All right. Let's get to ripping. Shall we? Still haven't had a big monster tonight. So last week we had a big one, I think, on Friday. I'm trying to remember what our big hit was Friday. Yeah, there was something. I can't think of it right now. Good Lord, they are crushing. $104-69 in this game. My goodness. The Thunder were not going to take that beating like they did last time. All right, here we go. First quarter of this box. Spence, Abreu, Lugo, Miranda, Vaughn Grissom, Angel Martinez, Chrome, Suarez, De La Cruz, Otani, Turang, stolen base leaders, Romo, Langford, McRae, stolen base leaders, Cabrera, Ramirez, and Chisholm, Valdez, Keller, Glasnow on the blue, Matsui, Keller, Martinez, Bello. What is that? 76 card, River Ryan for the Mets. 10/76, Sean Manaea. With a 76 border on it. I believe this is the 76 design, so that's kind of where that comes from. Interesting card. Is it cold downstairs, son? All right. I think we're getting relicked right here. James Polk. Kobe Mayo on the blue speckle. Wolborowski, Carrera, Caminero, Tatis, Baker, Dusty and Darren Baker, Mitchell Parker, Cowser, Chaparro, Marte, Cassis, Perez, Keith, Sosa, Monte Wade Jr., Tatis on the blue, Willie Mays, Mike Burrows, Darren Baker, Luis Castillo, Raciel Iglesias. Yep, Willie Adams, game-used memorabilia for the Brewers, not numbered. Josh Smith, blue speckle, and Jordan Hicks. Oh, I hate getting the hit early because it's just like, oh, now what's left in the box? Thankfully, we have the Leaf to do a couple autos. They're nice. It's like the saving grace. That's why I did this with Leaf, because I wanted to have some autos to go with it. I mean, Heritage, like it did, was like a $13 box by itself. I've actually been stocking the card shop up at the Rex, actually pretty decent. It actually has a good amount of stuff. I need to check on this one card, though, that this Otani card we got for Lori. Pop said it shipped it out, and now I haven't seen anything since. I don't know if they just give me a tracking number, but hadn't actually shipped it yet. It's like, well, it's close. We almost got it. All right, here we go. Quarter box number 2. Grandal, Kloss, Wagman, all-time all-stars, Yogi Berra. Welcome in, Lori. Eater, Steele. If you want a personal box of these Lori sent to you, just let me know, and I will give you an excellent deal on one. Austin Wells, Andy Ibanez, Cedric Mullins, Josh Hader, Brian King, rookie, Ke'Bryan Hayes, Michael Kopech, Luis Matos, Brian Bello, blue, Chris Sale, Garcia Jr., Yut Rodriguez, Rushman, Scubal Blanco Valdez, Talon, Duran, Johan Duran, Leon, Judge, Riley Green, Wheeler, Ty Madden, Weaver, Freeman, Chapman, Sanchez, Jones, Martinez, Soler, Otani, Ozuna, Schwarber, Olson, Araz, Otani, Horner, Baker again, Blue, Tucker, Jones, Rizzo. I can tell you right now, it's 110. But I'll PM to you as well. Cease, Massey, Araz, Maddox on the throwback chrome 1995. Ben Rice for the Yankees. Nice blue one right there. And Mountcastle. They got rid of the purple chrome case hit or like hot boxes they did for Heritage in years previous. So a lot of people have been kind of upset about that, but they've added much more chrome and numbered cards to these. So it's kind of like a balance what they did with this stuff. I'm going to need to get some more top loaders. Yeah, I just got Bowman in, so I'm figuring I'm going to do a 15 spotter tomorrow at like $20 and let the random until I kind of get a handle on which one is the big teams for Bowman. But I've got 2 cases worth of Bowman coming, or one's right here. Man, I remember Michael Porter Jr. used to be like a top-notch player, and now he's like seems like he's just relegated to just almost like a has-been player. All right. Yeah, the Thunder are just not letting this game. They still have 3 minutes in the third quarter, and it is 108 to 72. Well, where have you been? How's the family, by the way, Brian? Happy to have you home. Have Jesus made. All right. Odd. For once, this is in a completely Facebook-dominated break. In terms of viewership here. All right. Oh, I am sure. And that it's always a million, right? It never actually goes down. Moniak, Povich, Whitcomb, Crockett, Alcantara, Nick Martinez, Soborowski, Yamamoto, Festa, Gibson, Lynn, Contreras, Burns, Pete Crow Armstrong on the 25th anniversary card, Perez, Bellinger, De La Cruz, Stevenson, Matthews, Robert Jr., Hoskins, Diaz, Harrison Bader, and I like him as a player. Barrios, Cannon, Meyer, Lauder, Ortiz, Lewis, Lowe, Cassis on the blue, Blaylock, Miller, Nito, Wynn, Chanel, Contreras, Witt Jr., Locklear, and Stanton. So obviously you got home good. I got stuck on the DFW tarmac for over an hour because that storm rolled through on that Friday, and they shut down the airspace for 10 minutes. So I was sitting there for forever. And of course, it messed up my arrival time because I was supposed to arrive back in DC around 2 o'clock. By the time I got out and everything, it was 4 o'clock, and I was right in the middle of rush hour traffic. And I was just like, oh, of course you would. All right, last quarter of this, and then we'll go into the Leaf. Leaf on Friday should be a lot of fun. Seasons in the sun. Churio, Fiducia, Bailey, Duran, Mead, Biggie, Walker, Kirby, Hernandez, Hines, Guerreros, Gansey, Martinez, Corbin Burns. What is the heck? Well, that's interesting. It's 162 of 200, but it's double stamped. It's a 1776 to 1976 stamp on it. What the heck is that? Well, I'm failing to understand that. I guess because it's numbered to 200? Kind of weird. Baker, Ryan Wellers, Castro, Calabro, Pennington, Machado, Diaz, Naismith, Walderon, and Baldwin. Well, it should be 200 years old. It should be worth $200. That's what I would say. Hey, Brian, how's the Yamamoto card doing on eBay? Trout, Steer, Wong, Lindor, Biggie, Mike Trout on the Angels card. Chris, how's the breaks going so far? Carter, Skeens, NL All-Star, Garcia, Cruz, Lipsicum, Gurriel Jr., Thomas, Lindor on a chrome, Alvarez on the blue, Goldschmidt for the Yankees, Jones, Iglesias, Leone, Torres, Springer, Johnny Bench on the hollow throwback card. Well, that's good. Everyone's paying you on time and everything's rolling pretty smooth. Lawler, Adams, Donovan, Harper, Scuball Barrios, Lugo, Judge, Campero, McLean, Aaron Shook, and Grant Holmes. All right, we're going to Leaf now. How many days left do you have on that, Brian? It always has that stall factor in the middle. So, Chris, what do you have on your horizon at the moment? Yeah, I feel like the junior's low because he's not a rookie anymore. And so he's not like Ellie not tearing it up. I feel like some of that value might not be there. Yamamoto was a pretty good pitcher last year. Oh, so like the ones I just did? Are you doing the blasters for a moment? Or the megas? All right. Empty box. Yeah, the only thing I hate about eBay sometimes is when your boxes do come in low, you're like, ugh. Or cards do come in low, you're like, ugh. Yeah, it's a bit strange. And the interesting part that's strange too is Haley Dagan doesn't race NASCAR anymore. Megas. Yeah. Megas are a pain because it's really only 2 packs in them that matter. I'll hide this back card. This is normally the best one of them all. Okay. All right, here we go for the Leaf. I always do with Megas. I always take all the regular packs out, rip them, and just go through them. And then I do one by one with the Mega exclusive packs, just because I feel like that's where it more matters. Matt Shaw for the Cubs. That is 4 of 6 for Matt Shaw. It's a really strange. I'm assuming that's her brother. All right, next out should be another parallel. It's going to be RJ Cope. 1 of 9 for RJ Cope. This is the Marlins. Marlins are White Sox. And I will triple check all these teams before I sort them to make sure I have them all in the right teams. All right, this should be our first auto of the 5. Jefferson Rojas. I would guess he's a Met. Confirming. Nope, Cubs. Another one for the Cubs, Jefferson Rojas. Ah, gotcha. She went to IndyCar, and I understand why she went to IndyCar. I don't like what happened that drove her to IndyCar. But long story short, she basically felt the other drivers were just trying to wreck her out. That basically kind of saying like you don't belong here kind of situation. And like people are just intentionally wrecking her, which is kind of BS. But she went to IndyCar because she felt like you can't really wreck the cars like that. God, I feel like I know that auto. It kind of looks like Vlad Jr.'s, but Lizardo Montez. That looks like maybe like a Rocky, I'm guessing. Mariners. Wow, way off there. As a Mariner, Lizardo Montez. That is 2 of 6. I really like that hand correlated box that we had all 101 cards. That was glorious. These Leaf Vivid boxes have had some really good cards come out of them. I can't say I've been disappointed with them at all. This one? Is that here? All right. Next out. It's going to be Brendan Summerhill. 5 of 7. Brendan Summerhill. I'm guessing Cardinals. He is undrafted, so that will go into a random for everybody. Who picked that card? Brandon Summerhill. So that'll get random to everybody. I'll do that at the end of the break. And next out is going to be a Rock Chalowski. Wrong Rock. I need to see the Rock. Rock Chalowski. This back card looks like it's one of their bigger hit cards, so I'm very interested to see what this one comes out as. Oh, wow, really? That's cool to go to the All-Star race. So that's at North Wilkes-Barre you're going to, right? Rock is also undrafted. He's playing for UCLA. So that will get random as well. Okay.
Your dad just sent me a really weird text.
What did he send you?
Mommy 3 doors down.
Probably something for Jenna.
I said, huh? He said, wrong person.
Yeah. All right. This is the card that looked kind of interesting. So I'll go this way. I think the name of the bottom. This is a pop art. It's a duel. Libby Dunn Paul Skeens. It is, or maybe not a duel. Looks like the same person. It's a very interesting looking card. Scott Rowland. Interesting looking card for Scott Rowland. I believe that's the Phillies. Yeah, I saw that too. 7 of 10, Scott Rowland. I believe that's going to be a Phillies card. So that should go to Chris. I believe that is yours. Yeah, there's a lot of Libby Tall Skeens cards, and they're going for crazy amounts. I won't get on my soapbox on it, but so Scott Rowland, not bad. I said always the last card always seems to be the best one out of them all. Oh, I'm sorry. Scott Rowland is the Cardinals, not the my mistake. It is the Cardinals, not the Phillies. Laurie, I was wrong. I guess we should have stuck with Cardinals for you. All right, let's do the recap. All right, here comes your recap for this break. And then I'm going to random these last two. Ben Rice, Blue Speckle. Matt Shaw for the Cubs. That was number 2-6. RJ Cope, number 2-9. Hey, Laurie, I can't remember if you're in it or not. Are you in the seasons? Or not? We have that case break of the Seasons in the Sun full case break, which has all of like the dual, quad, and triple, and 8 auto boxes, all baseball. Also, I got National Treasures case. That's going to be coming. We'll do another case break of that. That's right, because he looked it up. I thought he did play. I'll tag you. I'll tag you in the seasons in the summer one. There's actually one full spot left in it, but we will have National Treasures here coming up soon too. Yeah, trust me, I'm super excited that we got a case of National Treasures we're gonna do. It's funny, I looked up Scott Rowland. It says dates joined: Reds 2009, Blue Jays 2008, Cardinals 2002. Of course, it's not very clear on which one it is. Oh, all right. So these are the two. I'll tag you in the seasons in the summer one. Brennan Summerhill and Rock Chalowski will run them those here in just a second. I got a Scott Rowland pop art. Number to 10, Sean Manea, number to 76, Lazardo Montes, number to 6, Kobe Mayo, blue speckle, Jefferson Rojas, autoed, Brewers relic card, Johnny Bench, Corbin Burns, Johnny Bench on the hollow, and Corbin Burns on the 1976. All right, I'm going to random these last two cards. I am going to pull myself out of this random, so it is literally going to be amongst you all. Let's see. Did anyone else get a major hit out of this? Cubs got a hit. The Cubs got an auto out of here, so I want to pull Chris Thomas out too. I think everyone else is going to be in play here for. Yeah, we're going to put everyone else in play. So Chris, Paul, Phil, Luter, Lori, and Mike. You guys are all going to be in the random for these two cards. So we'll do Rock on top and Brennan on the bottom. So spot 1, spot 2. Laura, I just tagged you in the season in the sun break if you want to take a look at it. That's Babe Ruth cut autos. Go figure on that. All right, so I'm going to get Chris, Paul, Phil, Luter, Lori, and Mike. All right, so we're randoming these cards between you all. All right, 3 6-sided dice. 1 2 2 going 5 times. Good luck. And Mike and Lori, take it. And there you have it. So Mike's going to get the Rock and Lori's going to get the Brendan. And here is your random link. All right, so we're going back to Tops tomorrow with our Tops mixer. We will have Bowman Hobbies going up tomorrow, and I can't remember if I did something else. I think I put a TBD. I might let that be since we have Seasons of the Summer tomorrow on Friday as well. That's going to close out. So I think between those three, I think we've got a pretty full plate for Friday. So we'll probably just have the two going up because I also said if Bowman fills quickly for a hobby, we'll just run another one. And I'll just keep running them as long as they fill. So, all right, that's going to do it for tonight. Hope you all had a great night. and hope you all have a good rest of your week. We will catch you back here on Friday night and look for break drops tomorrow at 6 and 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock for Bowman, 6 o'clock for football. All right, y'all. Have a great night, and we'll catch you all later.